So now we're going to switch over to our main topic for tonight. We're going to be talking bullpen budget options. These guys are all going to be sub 1,000 stubs. Most of these, I don't think they're anywhere even near 1,000 stubs. They're all pretty cheap guys. They're going to be quite effective for you coming out of the bullpen. We're going to start with me, mainly because I have the control of the screen. And my choice, right? Recently, we saw Phil Hughes get moved to the bullpen. He was a starter for the Twins. They've now moved him to the bullpen. And because of that, he has some extremely high stamina. I know they just did an update that messed with the stamina. Do you know what that did off the top of your head by any chance?
All that did was remember
Fix the bar, right? The bar.
The bar, yeah. Instead of a bar, you can now see can see for the energy of the players in franchise. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah, Phil Hughes, 83 stamina. So if you need a long reliever, if you're going to get shelled in a game, bring him in. Don't have to worry about it. Also has 95 walks per 9, 84 control, 77 break. Isn't that great? But 5 pitches, the 4-seam, the cut, the 12-6, the slider, and the 2-seam. As we always say, we love the 12-6 and slider combo.
And yeah, for Phil Hughes, I mean, he's always been just a pick side to side, top to bottom. Just don't throw in the middle of the plate. Throw outside edge and further, and just continue to do that.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't actually pick a true long reliever, which I'm gonna let you slide on that.
I didn't pick a true long reliever because in Dynasty, I've never felt the need to have one. And to this point, I haven't actually needed one because you have 7 relievers. You can get through a game that way, and for myself, I don't get blown out twice in a row.
Hey man,
normally, so
you never know. Always got to be prepared.
Well, I mean, possibly, but if you use Phil Hughes in, let's say you start to get blown out, you put Phil Hughes in the 3rd inning,
and he saves the game, and then you dominate and you come back and win.
Yeah, but I could just go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in innings as I go, and as long as I don't use 2 relievers in an inning, I'm fine.
Hey man,
I'll take that chance.
That's a risk you're willing to take.
Possibly. Although now looking at it, I don't think a long reliever is a bad investment either, especially with one like Phil Hughes.
How the story changes.
Earlier, like an Ivan Nova, I think earlier in the year was one of your huge picks for long reliever. I can see that because chances are I'm not going to use 7 relievers in a game that my starter has gone 5 or 6 anyway. Right. So I can see that.
Tell us who your first pick is. He's been sitting on the screen this whole time waiting for you to say something about him.
My pick is Hunter Strickland. I think he's been pretty much a budget bullpen guy for a lot of people to start the season. You're looking at a guy that is 80 Ks over 9, 74 hits over 9, 71 walks over 9, throws a 98 mile an hour fastball. For me personally, throws a 96 mile an hour 2-seamer with 76 break. His highest break is on his 2-seamer. And for me, I've talked about before that a lot of people don't like the 2-seamer in the game. I live on 2-seamers in this game.
Hate it. Gonna crush you tonight with it. Make you wish you didn't have
You may not. You may never see Hunter Strickland. Perhaps my starter goes 9.
Well, you don't have a long reliever, so when I blow out your starter, Hunter Strickland's coming in the game.
But then he also has a curveball and a changeup that are both above 70 with control. Mm-hmm. So again, just one of those things that he's got good control and high heat. So a guy you can bring in for an inning. I wouldn't leave him in more than 1 because guys start to catch up with fastball. But other than that, yeah.
Next up for me, I'm going to go with, if I can find him. That's a lot easier if I use Daddy Leagues. Speaking of things you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm rocking my beautiful Daddy Leagues t-shirt.
You got your Daddy Leagues t-shirt, dude. That's awesome.
I got my Daddy Leagues t-shirt, and I'm very excited about it. Who did I say is next for me? I don't think I even said his name. My God, too many windows open. Francisco Rodriguez. You may know him as K-Rod. Remember K-Rod?
I do.
Can't believe we called him that. Where is this guy?
I mean, he was K-Rod on the Angels. I think he's got a flashback Angels card.
I believe he does too. I can't find him for the life of me. Do you know why? because they swap out closers and relief pitchers.
Yep.
There we go. Francisco Rodriguez got that crazy windup, which is nice. 99 break, which is nice. 86 clutch, 81 control. High 70s for his hits per 9, Ks per 9. Changeup as his number 1 pitch. 4-seam, 2-seam, and the... What did we figure out SCV means?
Sweeping curve.
Sweeping curve. Okay. Got that, too. Nasty. He might come in the game tonight just to smack you around.
I do love the changeup. 99 break, 99 control. His changeup is easily the best in the game. And he's got... Now, the one thing that I know you're not always a fan of, sub-90s on his fastball. Both of them are 89, which means he'll hit like 91. Mm-hmm. But his two-seamer...
It's no 87 of Koji Uehara. So.
Koji. His two-seamer, 71 break, 90 control. His four-seamer only has a 73 control. His two-seamer is actually his better fastball. Love that. And then I, again, I've professed my love for the sweeping curve as well. I actually like the sweeping curve better than the 12-6. So great pitch mix. I mean, this guy could close for any budget team. He could close for upper teams with a guy who knows how to use him. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we don't have that guy here. So
I mean, maybe I'll use him to close tonight just to show you what's up. Tell me about your next guy.
My next guy is Will Harris of your Houston Astros.
I mean, I'm not from Houston. I think I got the stadium first off.
Oh,
I got the stadium. We're going to some dumb place.
Will Harris, his cutter, curveball, four-seamer. Again, you're thinking, okay, fastball, curveball guy, right? No, his cutter, 89 break, 78 control. It's a 91 mile-an-hour cutter, which is about the same as his four-seamer, but then it drops his curveball down to 80 with a 75 break. His hits over 9 is 87, K over 9 is 78, walks over 9 is 72, home run over 9 is 70, and 75 clutch. I've really come to love the pitching clutch almost as much as the batting clutch recently. So Will Harris, definitely a guy that I would suggest keeping an eye on, especially with the fact that he just got boosted to 84 and has been pretty much unhittable in real life.
Excellent. I'm going to bring up my next pick here. Cleveland Indians closer, Cody Allen. He, 84 overall. What was it, 200 stubs? You can get him for like 135 stubs. Go put a buy order in right now for him. Triangle is what I'm looking for. 81 hits per 9, 93 Ks per 9. Everything else in the 60s or 70s. Four-seam, curveball, change. I think he's got a little bit of a funky windup, if I can remember.
He does.
So, I like him. I mean, nothing really stands out here except for the Ks per 9.
And he got heat. He's got 95 mile-an-hour fastball. Curveball and changeup are the same speed and same break and same control, but that means you can use them interchangeably. You can use either one to get guys out. I would suggest probably the changeup against lefties and the curve against righties. So that like I said, having two off-speed pitches that you can use back and forth allows him to face both sides, which is nice.
Yeah. And a lot of my pitchers, I'm more of a feel guy. Like, I don't like relievers whose windups I don't like. So you could be the best reliever in the world, but if I can't get your windup down with my meter, I'm probably not going to use you.
Well, we talked about that with batting as well. Mike Aviles. A lot of people love that Mike Aviles flashback card, but if you can't hit with him because of his batting stance, there's no reason to get him.
Yeah, big thing with Jose Abreu too, because he stands a mile from the plate. It's a psychological thing for people to get their head around. Exactly,
and then you start talking about funky windups, and that brings me to my next guy, who is Tyler Clippard of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Former Washington National, 98 hits over 9, 80 K over 9. Where he loses it is you get to his walks over 9 and he's a 54. But when we talk about budget, you're either going to get all 70s or you're going to get specialized guys. Clutch is 77. Fastball splitter combo, his splitter is 82 with a 99 break off of a 94 break four-seam fastball that's 92 miles an hour. I love that because he then has a changeup that's 87 break and 79 control that's only 78 miles an hour. And then if that doesn't strike you out, his 75 mile an hour curveball with 77 break. Splitter and curveball have low control, 29 and 43 respectively, But so you want to go fastball changeup for most of it until you're looking for a strikeout.
Yeah, funky windup. I don't like it. Don't bring him against me.
That's why I got him.
I'm going to go with a flashback for my next pick. I'm going to go with the Vinny Pestano, another one. Funky windup. He's got a 4-seam, slurve, and a 2-seamer. 95 hits per 9 and 97 Ks per 9. The slurve's nasty. The windup's tough to pick up. Great budget pick. I think he costs you like nothing doing the 25-man collection. I could probably find out. That'll take 2 seconds. He's the Indians' 25-man.
Yeah, the Indians. Yep. And the ball literally looks like it's coming out of his shoulder when he pitches.
Yeah. You can get him for estimated cost of $530, which is probably like $360. You can probably get him for.
Yep.
Highly recommend him. And a nice card.
Yeah, absolutely. Bringing us back to my lefty specialist from the Houston Astros, Tony Sipp, a guy that has kind of a 3/4 delivery, hits over 9, K over 9, both 89, 88, 77 clutch. But as I said, you're going to get back down to the walks over 9, which is 53, home run over 9, which is 58. But let me talk to you about break on pitches for a second. 4-seam slider, changeup. 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam. Remember, the 4-seam break matters this year. So 4-seamer is 80 break, slider is 86 break, changeup is 89 break, 2-seamer is 81 break, all above 70 control except for the 2-seamer, which is a 47. So this guy is going to come in against lefties and shut them down based on his slider changeup combo. Throw a 2-seamer, get a couple broken bats once in a while, but is just going to mow down lefties. So those of you that don't like seeing Corey Dickerson come in late, get yourself a Tony Sipp.
I wanted to bring the fire with my next pick. Relief pitcher for your Atlanta Braves. 78 overall. Where is he? Is he 78?
He is a relief pitcher now. He's no longer a closer.
No, I'm in relief. Man, they should make this way easier to check. 78, right?
Yeah, he is 78.
Why am I not seeing him? Still a relief pitcher, right? Are there that many 78s? No. Am I just blind?
There are a lot of 78s in terms of relief. So maybe go a page back or a page forward.
Huh. Interesting.
He's dropped down to a 77 with the inside edge boost. I don't know if that matters in that.
That does not matter.
No, it does not. Where in the world is he? He's legitimately not in.
I really don't. Do you see him in your game? I don't.
Go to the Braves. Go to the Braves. He's got to go to the Braves. You're going to see him if he goes to the Braves.
If I am, I'm going to be very upset. No, he's not here. He's under closer. So that's what.
Why is he under closer?
His card on Daddy Lease is not under closer. But he is their closer because Grilly's hurt. Grilly got traded? Grilly got traded, yeah. He's with Toronto now. And hurt. 99 velocity. 80 Ks per 9. A nasty 2-seamer, a nasty slider, a nasty sinker. Aroldis Vizcaíno throws gas.
That sinker is essentially right-handed Britain.
Right-handed Britain? I was thinking of the country.
Right-handed. No, right-handed Britain.
You mean great, is what you mean. It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. 95 mile an hour sinker, 75 break, only 34 control. So be careful with it. Don't hang it. But
right, when you're throwing gas, you don't need no control. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Wild Thing Ricky Vaughn.
Hey.
Speaking of no control, let's talk about my other lefty in the bullpen. Poor man Saleh, Jake Diekman. I had to get a Saleh in there. Sorry, I had to. So Jake Diekman of the Texas Rangers, 91 Ks over 9, 79 home run over 9, but then gets down to sub 40 walks over 9 at 39.
And that walks over 9 is the when you come back up on the meter?
How fast it does, yeah. How hard it is to hit the spot for
the
button meter.
Spot, yeah.
Yep. And on the analog, the bottom of the meter. So 95 mile an hour sinker with a 59 break, 93 break slider at 84 miles an hour, 97 mile an hour 2-seamer with an 88 break. This is the problem. A lot of people use his sinker not realizing this two-seamer is actually the better pitch. You don't get the sink out of it, but the two-seamer is better break.
You can get some slide on it.
Yeah.
You might get the sink out of it.
And then throws a change. So it throws an 85-mile-an-hour change to mix it up once in a while. Again, 75 break, but his change is 14 control. That's really what brings his walks over 9 number down. So definitely, and has a funky windup, comes around from the side, even a little further than Saleh. So
yeah. If you're going to talk about lefties, I'm going to also come back and talk about lefties. I'm going to go with the 81 overall Sean Doolittle. He's taken some hits recently, right? Was he gold?
He was gold, yeah. He was gold and their closer.
Yeah. 4-seam curve, change, first baseman, secondary position, the most important part of this card. 84 Ks per 9, 77 hits per 9. Nothing amazing, but a lot of stuff middle of the road. And a lefty, just to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and uses the break is good on all his pitches, 83 to 283 for 4-seam curveball changeup. So, and his control for his 4-seamer is 82. So definitely one of those things you're really good lefty, like you said, middle of the road, but if you know how to pitch with him and pitch to his strengths, to be fine.
Yeah, you can get the job done with him.
Yep. Which brings up to my last lefty, because we got to have a third lefty.
Can never have too many.
Probably my best lefty. New York Mets, only a 78 overall, Antonio Bastardo. I say best because hits over 992, K over 990, home run over 977, but then walks over 9 is a 34.
With an IE hit right now.
Yeah, with an IE hit right now. 92 mile-an-hour fastball, slider and change are the same speed, although you're looking at high breaks on the fastball and the slider. Control versus changeup is not great, so you're working more on his hits over 9 and K over 9, lowering that PCI against the batters.
Now, I was looking at the wrong guy. Never mind. Continue. Yeah, that's 3 things over 90. That's pretty good for a budget reliever.
Yep.
So now we're going to my closer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Which is going to be another lefty coming out of the pen for the Minnesota Twins. Glenn Perkins. A little bit more expensive. We haven't been saying the prices, guys. Probably should have done that, but they can see it on the screen as I pull them up. Glenn Perkins, 4-seam fastball, slider, 2-seam fastball, 80 Ks per 9, 85 walks per 9, 86 clutch, 93 control, 78 velocity, 75 break. Better than average and everything. And that's what you need every day.
And
Glenn Perkins.
Great control, great clutch. 86 clutch. Control on his pitches, like you said, 85 walks over 9. Well, get this. 93 control on his fastball, 98 control on his slider, 88 control on his 2-seamer. That slider is deadly when you can just pick it. Yep, pick it where you want to go. And he's got a weird windup, too, if I remember correctly, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a weird release.
A little slow in the front, and then speeds up at the end. A little bit of a side thing going on.
Nice.
You know who none of us picked? Well, make your last pick, and then we can tell you who nobody picked.
Well, we know who it's going to be. So, my closer is Miami Marlins closer AJ Ramos. Again, kind of making a theme here, which is 96 hits over 9, 90 K over 9, 80 home run over 9, 29 walks over 9. 4-seamer is 92 mile an hour with a 79 break. This is where it gets fun. All of his pitches are 54 control. Slider, 82 mile an hour, 92 break. Changeup, 83 mile an hour, 99 break. Curveball, 78 mile an hour, 89 break. So he has no idea where his pitches are going to go, but he knows they're not going to go where they started.
Yeah.
So, and online, you might be able to fool some guys with that, hopefully. And hopefully tonight, I won't even have to use him.
Yeah. And if you did, you're not going to fool me. I wanted to see, where is... Maybe he's more expensive than I was thinking he was. Where is Mr. Caps?
Carter Caps is budget.
He is, right?
Yes, he is budget. I didn't pick him. He's
relief.
Yeah, he's a relief pitcher. And the other thing with him is he's pretty much on a lot of gold teams now, too. Mm-hmm. He is easily the best silver pitcher in the game. Throwing 97 mile an hour fastball with 87 control. Mm-hmm. His slider is 77 break, K over 9 is 99, and hits over 9 is 80. So he's really good, and his windup is really funky.
Yeah, the most funky of windups.
Yeah. He took a hit, I think, like around, it was like a week ago. Maybe it wasn't a hit down, but his price dropped for some reason. I remember vaguely.
I don't know. He's hurt. I think he's out for the season, so.
Okay.
That was part of it.
Gotcha.
We're expecting a boost. Yeah, not a lot of relievers that aren't budget out there. So yeah, there's a lot of options. That Chris Sale, Saleh, not budget.
No, well, it's for the White Sox. I mean, it could be budget, right?
Good call.
It's a 25 man for the. I didn't pick him because at this point, you and I have both said the same thing with the Saleh.
Destroy. He's a flaming pile of trash when anybody brings him against me.
Well, and the other part of it is he's not going to hit his spots. He's like Diekman. He's not going to hit his spots. So the problem with the Saleh is if once everybody's getting used to his motion because so many people use him, he loses his value.
Yeah, 45 walks per 9, 59 home runs per 9. He's a good startup card if you need a guy. But, I mean, a couple weeks in, once you blow one save with him, I'd say toss him.
Yeah, once you get to that point, because the save you blow with him will be against a player that knows how to hit him, and then you'll realize why.
Yeah, it says estimated cost on that at least is $6.99.
And shout out to Amud in the chat. He said something he found interesting is only the first 3 pitches count toward any pitchers overall in terms of their rating. So if you change their 4th or 5th, it actually doesn't affect their overall. Also, the break rating on the pitchers is not an average like the velocity is. The break rating is actually the rating of their top breaking pitch. So when you're looking, just a little easier to look at.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap up our budget talk. Now with the last couple episodes, you've got budget starting pitchers. You've now got budget relief pitchers. You've got budget infield options, budget outfield options. So now that we've done that, we can put that all together, and now we both have budget teams that we're going to play against each other for tonight's game of the week.